Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this session. Welcome Win Leong, Willie, welcome Raja, Susan Fan, welcome Thomas, welcome Sunny, welcome everybody, welcome Ravi, welcome Oike, welcome Neil, welcome Louis, welcome Lok Tai, Lily, and welcome John, welcome Jeremy, welcome James, welcome Ivan, and welcome everybody. Welcome to this wonderful Monday. Welcome back to Bitcoin Byte. Over the weekend, I hope you have a wonderful rest. Today is Monday, the first day of the week. Let's have an amazing day so that we can have an amazing week, an amazing month, and amazing year. Okay, so over the last weekend, Bitcoin still moved within $47,000 to $49,000. Well, actually, still pretty good. In 2021, Bitcoin has appreciated 67%. Well, it started with 28,900 and now up to $40,000, 67%. And over the last 52 weeks, Bitcoin have appreciated 391%. That's pretty good too, right? Many people are impatient and want everything quick and fast. Now, Robert Kiyosaki recently mentioned in his podcast that Bitcoin is the investment with the highest upside. So this is a topic we are going to discuss today. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We are the world leading education provider. Every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are going to stream this live on Facebook and YouTube. We make this video talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if this is the topic that you would like to learn more, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap the thumbs up button and also the notification so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. So make sure also you inform your friends about it if you find that there's value to the content. Now, I'm delighted and very happy to bring my friend, Dr. Clemen Chiang, who is also my teacher as well, to the program. Now, he's an authority in financial investing and also a well-known teacher and coach in the art of wealth creation. Dr. Clemen has many thousands of students all over the world. So welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, what a great start to the Monday. Thank you so much, Richard, for having me into this program. I'm so privileged and honored. And, I spent my weekend just thinking about the market. And once I started connecting the dots, couldn't stop. I worked until about 6 a.m. this morning, Richard.
Well, it's always an advantage to be young, man, Dr. Clemen. In fact, you're not alone. Just to let you know that Veronica, Nikki, and I think the whole bunch of Success Resources staff, many of them stay from, I don't know, in the night to the morning. And because we have a program, Business Mastery, now it's happening in America. So they stay till this morning and then still work right now, So the team is... So anyway, you guys have lots of energy. Thank God for all of you. So let's start this week with a recent development, okay? Let's start today, the first day of the week, with recent development. Now, in the month of June, the Central American nation El Salvador became the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. We all know about this. They attract lots of crypto investors into the country. In fact, the president announced that there's no capital gain tax. So some of you adventurous enough, you might want to go there, okay? Now, also they will also be provided with permanent residential status offered to crypto investor in the country. Now, more country are following the same step as El Salvador. So we read about Paraguay, Colombia, and yesterday, right? Cuba also joined in. Cuba are not a big country, but also joined in to adopt Bitcoin. In fact, they start a regulation to regulate crypto. The central bank are supporting due to social economic interest. Now, question for you, Dr. Clemen, is this: how do you see this having impact on the Bitcoin adoption as more and more countries adopt Bitcoin?
Wow, that's a great way to start off Monday. And we really got to put our minds thinking about this really strategic move by the sovereign countries out there who are converting Bitcoin into their sovereign digital currency. So I'm going to take a look right now into this first article as shared by Richard. El Salvador right here, readies Bitcoin roll up with 200 ATMs for conversion. Now, the keyword related to most of these countries, and that is the pain point that they are facing, is right here, remittance fees. Because for them just to embrace Bitcoin as a national currency, they already help their people, the citizens, to save about $400 million a year alone on remittance fees. And this is something that we have been preaching about. The traditional form of wire transfer, what we call the ACH system or the SWIFT code system, that is owned by the Americans. It is slow. We wire money out. Step 1 takes about 3 days. Step 2, you, the sender, have to pay a fees, and the receiver also has to pay a fees. So both sides are paying the fees for a simple transfer of money. That is step 2. And step 3, most people do not have access to the banks to even initiate the step 1 that we are talking about, which is called a wire transfer. And that is the reason why the president of El Salvador, a very, very smart guy by the name of Nayib Bukele, he posted on his tweets right here, wow, these are the machines that are already ready to roll out. And I believe they did their case studies in countries like South Korea. And I was there in 2018 and 2019, almost every 3 months. Within every 1 kilometer's radius, you see a machine like this, where you can deposit, transfer, buy Bitcoins right on a single machine that you see exactly right here in El Salvador. So this is really, really great news coming forward. Another country we are looking at, which is Cuba, also recognize and regulate crypto such as Bitcoin. Central bank cite social economic interest. Again, it's got to do with remittance. And I want to jump straight right here into Google Earth so that we get a feel of where we are actually looking at. We're going to start off with El Salvador. Going to start off with Cuba right here. So I'm going to kind of pan out from El Salvador into Cuba. And you can see these are the places that are in need of such services right over here. All right. So Cuba is adopting it. Paraguay is adopting it. And we're also seeing El Salvador right over here. Let's zoom up and let's go to El Salvador, and which is the whole part of this part, starting from Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and El Salvador, next to Guatemala, and so on. So this is really a big move, Richard, and I'm sure more and more countries that face the number 1 pain point, the keyword is remittance, they are moving towards this direction. Back to you, Richard.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Clemen. So as more and more countries, which means that more and more people adopt Bitcoin, then the common use of it will definitely support the Bitcoin price, right, and the strength and the price of it. Now, the last couple of weeks ago, we did a video, and then we mentioned Facebook, the world's largest community of social media people, like gathering together. Facebook with I think 2 billion people. So Facebook is getting themselves to be crypto ready, right? They have wallets, etc. Now today we also see another news, another another software giant, and that is none other than Microsoft. Microsoft patent blockchain patent for implementing cross-chain token services. So meaning that many giant, right? Facebook, Amazon, many giants, now Microsoft is coming into the picture, are getting themselves crypto ready. So question for you, Dr. Clemen, is that when tech giant getting themselves to be crypto ready, what does it mean for ordinary investor?
Wow, that's a great question, Richard, because, you know, when we talk about tech giants, we talk about the FANG stocks, F-A-N-G, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, and Google. And these are kind of the trillion-dollar market cap companies, of which Facebook recently just hit their trillion market cap after 17 years into the business. So I'm going to switch over the big screen right now. We're going to start off from Facebook, move on to Microsoft. Now, this is the really, really big thing that everyone is talking about, especially with recent earnings call by Mark Zuckerberg. He's preaching to the whole world right now, we are going into metaverse. Holy moly, that's a new word. Now, in order for his vision for a metaverse company to take shape, and he's putting everything down on the books. That is, he's transforming Facebook as a social network company into a metaverse company. So 3 steps. Step 1, in a metaverse world, it's like a virtual world. Like Richard, yourself, and me will be entering into this virtual world. And today I could be wearing a spiking t-shirt. And Richard, you're wearing a Success Resources t-shirt. And anyone can just click on your t-shirt and straight away buy the t-shirt that you're wearing. Or even the gold chain I'm wearing here, somebody can just click and buy. So in order for this to take place, 3 things must happen. Number 1, you must have the infrastructure. So this is what Facebook has been spending years of building it. Step 1, they started with Libra as the original coin, but then it hit into a regulatory roadblocks. Regulators from all over the world were against Libra. So step 1, they kind of failed. And step 2, they rebranded to call Diem, D-I-E-M, which is the new stable coin. And they are speaking right now to US regulators. They migrated out of Switzerland, right now put everything on the line on the US soil. And straight away going to the regulators and say, hey, we're going to launch a digital stable coin that's backed by the US dollar. So step 2, in order for them to do that, they need a digital wallet. And this digital wallet is known as the Novi wallet right here. This is the keyword. Now, their Novi wallet as of today is all ready to go out, rock and roll. And then thereafter, step 3, they say that, oh, we're going to build non-fungible tokens features alongside with it. Now, you can see right here, Richard, these 3 steps, what they have taken is to prepare the company to go into a full metaverse universe, thereby leading us to this article by Microsoft. In fact, surprisingly, one day before Facebook earnings call, Microsoft was the first to mention this word metaverse. This is not a word that belongs to Facebook or to anyone else. It is a universal word. And that's the reason why I believe Microsoft got the blockchain patent for implementing cross-chain token services. This again is a huge development. As all of you can see, the moment anybody has a wallet, hey mama, they got to put Bitcoin into their wallet. Back to you, Richard.
Wow, thank you. Actually, we have a question here from Ajipa Singh. We will answer the question later, right? As we finish all the question to Dr. Clemen, then we will tackle your question. Okay, so thank you, Dr. Clemen, for that that summary of what's happening with this big tech people. Now, Bitcoin was at about 35,000 on 20th of June 2020, right? About 1 year back. Many analysts at that time predict that Bitcoin is going to fall way down to 20 or even 10,000. However, there is one analyst, nobody know who they are, but they call themselves Plan B, that predict using the flow to stock model and firmly say that Bitcoin won't close below 47,000 by end August 2021. So they predicted 1 year ahead. Now, today is the day in August, right, which they predict, right, that it won't fall below 47,000. Yes, you know, Bitcoin trading exactly about 47,000 and above this week. Plan B has a lot to be confident about. But here are other figure that Plan B wrote in the report, and I quote below. Even in the worst case scenario for Bitcoin, you will still see it trade at 47,000 in August. a slight reversal in September, place the minimum target at 43,000 for the month. They predict, so that's the prediction for September. And then followed by 63,000 in October. So 63,000 in October, near the all-time highs. And then 98,000 in November. And then over 100,000 to 135,000 by year end 2021. So his recent prediction of minimum monthly close for August exactly matched the current price. Now, if the remainder 4 months are to be accurate, Bitcoin will be 63,000 in October, 98,000 in November, and 135 in December. So question for you, Dr. Clemen, is that there are tons and tons of information based on the internet. So I want to ask you personally, do you take this report seriously and why?
Wow, that's a very intuitive question, Richard. And yes, my answer to your question, I take the stock to flow model very, very seriously because it serves as a reference point as this primary indicator for all crypto NQS in the world. And that's the reason why is because it's followed by all the big players. So 3 steps again, one more time. Step 1, this is the article that came out on 20th of June, and it's saying Bitcoin price can hit 450,000 in 2021, 135,000 worst case scenario for us to end the year 2021. And the price point that Richard has shared with us just now is found right over here. Wow! We're going to really dive into each of the single point that they have raised, and let's check this out. Worst case scenario to see trade at 47,000 in August. Are we in August right now? Yes. Today is almost the last day of August. We kind of closing at 47, 48,000. Pretty sharp because they are tracking all the hash rate, the flow based on commodities, and all this demand and supply, they arrive at 47,000. So look at the charts of Bitcoin right now. Are we at 47,000? Mama, we are at 47,000. To be exact, 47,959. So very accurate. Number 2, going back here, a slight reversal in September places the minimum target at 43,000. So when I look at this 43,000, I kind of salivate for all the viewers right now. It means it presents to you a unique window of opportunity to get a lower price. This is your golden opportunity to get a lower price. And it is important to establish this lower price because we are preparing next in October to go to 63,000. So let me give everybody the context right now. Because when we put this as a numbers game, all right, so I'm going to put 43,000 to 63,000. Now, what is the meaning of 43 to 63,000 in 1 month? Ladies and gentlemen, that means you're making a pure profit of $20,000 per coin.
Wow, 50%. Wow.
You go and buy 5 coins, you straight away hit your first jackpot in your life. That's $100,000 cash in 1 month. So, the way we play cryptos, we have to play by 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million or 1 million. We always add 1 0 behind. So this, again, I need y'all to see the daylight of this enlightenment. And that's the reason why by the time he hit 63,000 in October, ladies and gentlemen, you will all be with us, Richard and myself and Veronica and everyone in Success Resources in the Global Bitcoin Festival. That's the reason why it's time in October. By the time it will be probably 63, 68,000 or 68888, all right? And why? Because in November, it will go to 98888. That's 98,000. And by the time we hit end of this year, holy mama, we are hitting $135,000. So all this, bang, 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 make sure you take this information, don't sit on it. Stop sitting on it. And the problem with most traders, Richard, is this, analysis paralysis. They think too much. They never see this as a longer term asset. And I always look at investing like a pate fillet. You never actually own a pate fillet. You only merely hold on to it for your next generation. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your generation wealth. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you, Dr. Clemen. That's the reason why we are organizing this Global Bitcoin Festival this October. Myself, my team, and Dr. Clemen, we are very passionate about Bitcoin because we believe that Bitcoin is a great instrument, one of the best instruments in the history of mankind to create wealth. And in this October, we are organizing this Global Bitcoin Festival. It is a movement to gather everybody together so that we can encourage each other and we can motivate each other for the adoption of Bitcoin. Now, there's a link there in the chat group which you can help to promote this Global Bitcoin Festival. Now, this Bitcoin Festival is going to be funded by myself, Success Resources, Dr. Clemen, as a social project to promote the adoption of Bitcoin. So we ask that you support us so that more and more people can get to know about this. Now, the last question actually for Dr. Clemen, but let me just set the context first. I remember when we were young in school, my school, my primary school, encouraged all the students, to take out a little bit of our pocket money and save it in a post office saving bank. Now, not only in school, but I believe many of us, our parents and our grandparents, it encouraged us and taught us the good value of saving money. Yeah, so we learned to put aside some money monthly into saving account. But today, this traditional saving account may not be working today. So let me just show you a screen here. Yeah, I don't know if you have this in your country or not. Okay, so this is our comfort food over in Singapore and maybe also Malaysia. Comfort food. We have half-boiled egg. I know all the Western people, you don't take half-boiled egg, you take the whole egg, right? So we have breakfast with half-boiled eggs, and then we have coffee, and then we have this rice, Indian rice noodle. It's called putu mayang. Okay, putu mayang. And on the side we have coconut, and also coconut sugar and coconut oil. Now, I want to bring this out because at one time, this rice noodle or putu mayang it only costs 15 cents per piece. Today, it costs 70 cents per piece. So which means to say that if you have been saving 15 cents all the time, put in a saving bank, the money is not able to buy a putu ayam today. Why? Because your money has become smaller and your buying power has become smaller and smaller. So many years ago, this is only 15 cents. Today, it is 70 cents. Now, which means to say that if you have been saving money, right, and then after many years, the money that you save becomes nothing. Okay, it becomes nothing because the buying power dropped. Now, in fact, there is a recent article that used dollar cost averaging as a saving tool. Bitcoin dollar cost saving average, Bitcoin dollar cost saving as a new saving account. So last question for you, Dr. Clemen, is this. Would you encourage the young people today and also the parent to teach their kid about this new way of saving money instead of the traditional way?
Wow, that's such an empowering question, Richard. And Singapore has one of the highest saving rates in the whole world. Most of you will not know about a little country right here, east to west. We are like 50 kilometers apart, north to south, 25 kilometers apart. Some of them, they call us the little red dot. But we enjoy the highest saving rates in the world. And the reason is this. Starting from step one, our founding father back then, his name is called Lee Kuan Yew. He believed that, savings is the way because he kind of adopted this Confucianism kind of a thinking into our population. And so I was raised in the era whereby the teachers will kind of lead us to the bank. Back then it was called POSB Savings Bank and open a little savings account. And for doing so, they'll give you a little piggy bank. Richard, if you remember, you just put a coin inside, and one day you break the piggy bank, and all the coins are there. You kind of save about $50 to $100 like this. So we started with a culture of saving. That's step one. Very, very important. The problem is step two. Exactly what Richard is telling us. Are you saving the right instrument of choice? If you are saving the traditional fiat currency, and you can't even buy the original breakfast set that Richard has shown us just now, because the purchasing power of the dollar will just keep dwindling down, diminishing in value. This is the concept of purchasing power. This is the concept of decline of the US dollar. And this is the concept relating to inflation. Things become more expensive with the same dollar that you still kept in the savings piggy bank. So concept number two is an enlightenment. Extremely empowering. We say to you that, hey, think about what you should save. You must definitely save, but save the right instrument. So I present to you right here the most affordable way to get into Bitcoin. And that is a concept preached as the dollar cost averaging. Every month, you just commit to putting a percent of your salary, of your profits, or your fees, or whatever, 10%, as preached in this 1926 book called The Richest Man in Babylon, putting 10% of your income to start building wealth. And we are coming to you and say that, hey, this is the fastest growing asset on planet Earth right now. Compounded every year, no other asset can beat this instrument. That's the reason why it took Bitcoin just 12 years to hit $1 trillion market cap. But I want to kind of enlarge point number three right here. It's not just about savings. We are talking about savings to hit what target? Holy moly! We are savings to hit this target right here, which is a worst case scenario. And I given you all the scenario just now. Within a month, $20,000 pure profit per coin. You enter into 5 coins. That's like, holy moly, that's 100,000 pure cash. And with this kind of lump sum cash growth, you are essentially not just saving. You are essentially building a pot of gold. And savings taken care of, and everything you put in, you still keep it there. That means you don't sell off everything. You still keep whatever you want to save as your target. The remaining excess, what can you do with it? Think about it right now. You can launch a new business. You can do to travel once the economy opens up. You can finally buy things for the loved ones that you always think about but couldn't afford to. And this is the power of dollar cost averaging. And that's the reason why we want to encourage you this very, very good habit as shared by Richard, the art of saving. Great one, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, we have a question here from India. I believe it's from India, right? Let me see. From India, Ajipar Singh. So Ajipar Singh say this: I haven't bought Bitcoin yet because of the lack of clarity of its legal status in India. Can you please address this point? So Dr. Clemen, I will answer first, then I'll pass to you to see your point of view, right? Now, of course, thank you for that question, Ajipar, Mr. Singh. Now, the way I think of it is this: I'm a second generation Singaporean. My father came over to Singapore because there was, at that time, China was already under communist, and there was no food on the table. He never been to Singapore, but he took I think the 4 weeks or 1 month boat, from the village all the way to Singapore. Yeah, he took a risk, and that's where because of the risk, me and my sister was born here. Otherwise, I would not have been born. And today, we are very fortunate because of the risk that my father took. Now, what has it got to do with your question? It is this: you have to have destiny in your own hand. Many years ago, India was under the British colony, and someone by the name of Indira Gandhi motivate the Indian, right, to peacefully take back the country. So he took a risk. He could have been killed, but he took a risk, and that's why India has a future. Same for Afghanistan. Afghanistan, they put their hands in the American, but American run away. So, the Afghanistan has to depend on themselves. I say this to you because you have to have destiny in your own hand. Yeah, whether the country has a legal status on clarity on Bitcoin or not, I cannot answer your question. But I say that if you think that Bitcoin is a good instrument, then you have to decide what you like to do. So that is my the way I answer the question to you. I hope it worked for you. You have to have destiny in your own hand, right? And be creative about it. Chinese, and it's same for China. China depend cryptocurrency for their own political reason. But I think many Chinese also have destiny in their own hand, and then they do what they have to do. So, Clemen, I'd like to pose this Mr. Singh's question to you. Can you address this point?
This is a great question, and thank you to our audience for posting the questions to us and kind of participate in our discourse between Richard and myself. And as we get into more conversations leading to the Global Bitcoin Festival, those of the questions that you asked probably have already been answered and will be answered by our panel of great speakers coming up. I want to dive in right here to show you this article. Bitcoin future in India, ban or asset class, government to decide on cryptocurrency bill soon. And point one is exactly what Richard has shared with you. What is your role right now as an investor? Is this considered a risk worth taking? And I'm going to zoom in this part here. Even before I answer your question, are you aware of the fact that today Indians have invested around 6.6 billion in cryptocurrencies since May 2021? And we're talking about the rich of the richest out there taking the first mover. And if ordinary men out there are afraid, then perhaps the rich out there have already shown you the steps moving forward. And you can go on to debate whether it's a ban or an asset class. We know the answer is for certain. Number one, you can't ban something like Bitcoin. This is 100% decentralized. The word is not ban. The word is regulation, because the governments are thinking about how to take profits or tax revenues from this new asset class. That is the thing that they're thinking about. If they can find a way to tax whoever owns this asset, they will have pushed it to Parliament and put it passed through the bill so that they earn extra revenue dollars coming in. So the US government is thinking about it. The UK is thinking about it. India is thinking about it. But guess what? Look at what has happened to Binance recently. UK, United Kingdom, has given a full green light for Binance to continue its operations in United Kingdom. That is a very, very telltale sign. Number two, in the US, Facebook is applying for a stable coin with the regulators in US soil. That's another telltale sign. Now, if India doesn't want to follow with the rest, let me tell you, India will eventually end up in isolation, because 10 years from now, everybody will be on blockchain, will be on digital currencies. This is not a question of yes or no. It's a question of when. So, final message to you. Exactly as how Richard has inspired us. By the way, you guys do not know, Richard has been such an inspirational leader. He say yes, we say how far, how deep, how high. So it's no doubts at all. Just go in right now and see for yourself everything that we presented over the past few weeks on the thrice weekly videos, and you will know the answer. That's my answer for you.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Well, that's the reason why we are organizing the Global Bitcoin Festival this October, a gathering of industrial experts and enthusiastic committee of Bitcoin holders to update, promote, educate, and adoption of Bitcoin. It is a movement, and I'd like to invite all of you, and you can invite your friend all to join this movement. So thank you so very, very much. There's a link below for all of you, to promote this movement so that more people can know about Bitcoin and more people can adopt Bitcoin and use this instrument to create wealth for themselves and for their family. So thank you so much for joining us today. And I'd like to see you on Wednesday. Okay, thank you so much and have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Thank you.